Hey guys, and welcome back. So this is the veil smoothing result, and this test here has a value of 0.4. This guy has a value of 0.15. This is 0.075, and this is 0.03, which is the one we used. The difference between our test and this one is just the point scale, the point separation. We have more points, and the grid scale. And between all these guys is just the smoothing value that is changing. And if we compare this guy versus this guy, you can see, I want to compare the extremes. You can see how much ropiness we're getting. Okay, this is a great and hard look as well to achieve. This is not something you would get by default, so being able to achieve this is really a great result. So that's how you get the ropiness in the splash, if that's something you're looking for. To get this kind of look, to get the more separation and the fine clumping, we would use a smaller particle separation, smaller velocity smoothing. And all these can be used as a source for the whitewater. There is nothing wrong about any one of them. It's just what kind of look are you looking for. And in my opinion, this one is more suited for a large scale splash where you have a lot of mist, a lot of wind and drag, and this is for a smaller scale where you have less air resistance and things like that, and the water doesn't get affected as much. And on top of this, we're gonna explore how these sims are gonna look like in the white water. Okay, in our example, we're gonna stick to this and try and wedge the white water as much as possible with this to learn how it works. But all of these can be used as well as an input, and I think they all generate different results. And again, this initial sim has all the characteristics that we're looking for in terms of scale, weight, and dragging and everything. You can see it feels very natural. So that's what we're going to start with, and that's what we're going to use with the whitewater. Now, another important aspect is the meshing of this. If we ever decided and wanted to use this as a mesh, we need to be able to generate a stable mesh from this, and it can be quite tricky to do that. The main reason for that is if we look at the data here, especially with this point count, when we're going to mesh this, for example, we're going to get these ropes together, and that will form a nice solid geometry, but then we have all these points separated, and that's going to be very hard to mesh. Okay, so we start off with this, for example, being one geometry, and then it's going to start to flicker as these guys separate. Now obviously we can increase the resolution, but that doesn't solve the issue. It just makes it smaller and smaller and smaller. So we're going to look at a custom meshing technique. We're going to look at what's available by default in Houdini, and then start implementing our own. So we'll continue that in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in a bit.